Here we have a steamer. A steamer is a very useful tool to clean further when pickling is not done enough for you. So after pickling and rinsing well, you may steam deeply into a seam. Of course, the Sonic is also a very good option to clean a hard to reach area. If silver is not polished yet, you can leave it a little bit longer in the Sonic, or you can simply just swish for a couple of minutes in there. Do not leave polished silver in the Sonic for more than 2 minutes, or it will etch the surface. When using the steamer, you need to make sure you use each machine properly, meaning that some of them you can keep on pressing on the pedal on the floor to get the steam flowing, and some of them you need to press only a few seconds and let go of the pedal with your foot, and then the steam will continue. Something very important on some model is that there has to be water going into the tube, the intake. So always check to see that there's enough water on the intake. After soldering our inner sleeve or inner bezel, we need to clean up. Now only clean up the outer wall if you have actual solder pools there. Do not clean up that outer wall otherwise. What we do need to clean up is that inner bezel. I don't want to use a square needle file because we will end up tilting and damaging the edge of our sidewall. So what I want to use is a triangular needle file so we don't rock back and forth, or a barrette file. So we need to clean that inner bezel gently without damaging the edge of the sidewall where it meets the bezel. As always, do not file unsupported. You don't file up in the air. You want to use your peg as support to file carefully and slowly all around of that bezel until it is smooth and clean, and all of this without damaging the edge where it meets the sidewall. If on the edge you notice that you have some solder that have pooled there, you need to take your saw and very gently use your saw as a file and go and clean that solder off. So when we close our locket, the two sections go perfectly against one another. Be very gentle and go all the way around. If necessary, you may need to go and clean up over that with your needle file again. Do not file the sidewall at all, just the bezel for now. We now need to clean the edges, the other edges of our bezel. If you remember, we had left it 1 millimeter taller than that section of the wall. We can now reduce a little bit, or at least reduce until it is perfectly even. In preparation for closing the locket, take the top portion of the locket and remove with a knife on the inside a little bit of burr of extra metal that may have happened there from filing the edge. You can now try and close it. More than likely it won't close just yet, as it takes a while to file and fit it properly. It's really important that it is not loose, but still fits really snugly at this point. It will loosen more and more later on, so for now we want a snug, tight fit. You will need to use your knife or pocket knife to reopen your locket by just gently sliding it on the edge. Use a pair of half-round pliers if you've had a mishap and your locket is too loose to open up that sidewall, but this should not be necessary at this point. Make sure it fits tightly and snugly for a smooth side edge.